What's up? What's good, everybody? It's Trims by Cartier, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial of the Babyliss Pro clipper and trimmer. These are pretty decent for beginners. If you ask me, hey Cartier, you know what I'm saying, what kind of clippers and trimmers I should use as a beginner? You know, I'm thinking about cutting hair. These will be the ones. They will be the ones that I'm gonna point you to. I mean, they are on the, the pricey side, but you get a bang for your buck. So I appreciate you guys for watching the channel. Staying tuned. At this point, I'm at 51 subscribers. I'm gonna need that 49, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all taking the time out to subscribe, like, share, or whatever it is that y'all doing to get me out there. I appreciate y'all. So if y'all want to know anything, get any information from me, or want to see me work with any other clipper or trimmer, just put them in the comment section, and I'll be glad to go ahead and purchase those and use them. Spend the money so y'all won't have to spend the money, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna need that 49 though. I'm trying to get to 100. Once I get to 100 subscribers, I'll go ahead and do a giveaway for y'all, you know what I'm saying? With all that being said, I hope that y'all enjoy the video, that y'all learn something from it, and y'all stay tuned. It's more on the way.
I would never be broke another day in my life. God got it. God got it. I would never be broke another day in my life. God got it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the clippers that I have in my hand right now are the Babyliss Pro clipper. These clippers range between $150 to $180. The reason why I say that these are good for beginners is because of the lever mechanism that's on the side. It actually helps you to know where you are in the fade. And then these are the trimmers. I know a lot of you guys see these trimmers all over social media. These are the Babyliss Pro trimmer. They are some hard hitters. You know, when you set them right, they're pretty decent. So these are the two clippers and trimmers that I'm going to use today for this particular haircut. All right, starting out every haircut, what you want to do is comb the hair or brush the hair first. Combing is better because it lifts the hair off of the scalp or whatnot, but you want to comb or brush to make sure that you're assessing the head properly so that you won't, run into problems later. So now what I'm doing is cutting the hair down to the desired length. He wanted it a 1.5 close. So with the clipper, I have the 1.5 guard on with it closed. So I'm going with the grain of the hair, making sure that I'm paying attention to the way that the hair grows out of the scalp. I'm taking my time. This video is sped up, so it looks like I'm moving fast, but I'm really not. I'm taking my time, making sure that I'm going over areas several times to make sure that the hair is even. And I'm paying attention to the way that the hair is laid on the client. So you want to make sure this is done right, because you can cause a gash or anything of the sort. So you want to especially take your time. So the first step in this haircut is to start the line of demarcation. I'm starting my line of demarcation with the clipper closed. Then I'm going to grab my trimmer and go right underneath that and clean that little small area up. Then I'm going to get my clipper again. I'm going to have it all the way open, going up about 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to go halfway open. Then I'm going to go closed, and I'm going to get that line out the best that I can. Now I'm going to get my 1 guard open and go up another 1/2 inch Then I'm gonna go close to lighten that line in the middle. Then I'm gonna get my half guard, and I'm only gonna use the corners. The reason why I use the corners is because this fade is like very short. So I don't want to drive the fade up any higher than what I have right now. So in this particular area, I'm going to be very careful not to drive that fade up. Here I have my 1.5 guard closed, and I'm going to clean up the area. And the more that I go up, the more the clipper is going to be open. So since I did cut the hair down with the 1.5, the 1.5 open should do the trick and get that fade nice and faded. You fad me? But I'm gonna go the extra mile and use my 2 guard and clean that area up top. So the same thing that I do on the side is gonna be the same thing that I do on the back. All right, I want to point something out. Whenever you guys are doing these haircuts, make sure that you're taking your time, not rushing the process. Just let the clippers do the work. Because if you try to rush through these haircuts, you will end up causing more work for yourself, and you'll get frustrated and flustered. So the best thing to do when you're performing any kind of haircut, just make sure that you're taking your time. You're focused on your work. You don't have a lot of things going on, and that you're actually performing at your maximum level, because you wouldn't want nobody getting in your chair, rushing through your haircut or half doing it. So just keep in mind that, you reap what you sow. So if you give your best during every haircut or during every service, you'll receive that in reward. So as a beginner, I know that you're eager into making a lot of money or doing this as your craft. That's already known out of the gate, but there is a process that you have to go through. So just make sure that you're enjoying that process and doing everything that you need to do to get better. So as you can see, whatever I did to the side, I'm doing it to the back, and I'm getting the same result. So as a beginner, I would suggest that you stick to the same system so that you can master it, then move on to another system. And what I mean by system is the pattern that you use to create a fade. So you can learn different systems. There are a lot out there that are more advanced, but as a beginner, I would just stick to one system and mastering that system before I move on to something else. All right, so now that I'm done with the fading, I'm going to start my lineup. So the prep for my lineup, I'm gonna start by cleaning the skin. Cleaning the skin actually helps to get that more finished look. Whenever you use your trimmers, even though I use my trimmers, I am going to use my my razor at the end to further enhance the hairline. But cleaning the skin to me is very important because it'll actually help you out to perform a better lineup, and it'll give you the result that you want. So what I do is I apply the shaving cream, then I get a warm wet towel, and I place it on the areas that I'm actually going to be using my trimmers on. So I place the towel on those areas, and then I massage and clean those areas. This actually helps to exfoliate and clean the skin, which is something that your clients will appreciate in the long run. And as I'm cleaning the shaving cream off, I'm also, cleaning the client off as well, so that they'll have less to do when they leave the shop. So here, I'm prepping the lineup area some more by using my one guard and closing it and just staying at the hairline and trimming it down. I'm giving them kind of like a taper, and then I'm gonna take my 1.5 to make sure that the top is even. After that, I'm gonna use some alcohol and I'm gonna scrub the areas that I'm actually gonna put my trimmers on. This actually further cleans the skin and gets the rest of the dirt that's remaining on the skin off. This actually helps to give that that ash mark that most people are looking for, but I mainly use it so that I could make sure that the skin is clean. Then I get some spritz and apply it lightly to the areas where I'm gonna use the trimmers. This actually helps for the hair to stay in place when it's dry, so that the trimmers can actually cut the hair. Because sometimes the vibration from the trimmers will cause the hair to move around, and you'll end up hitting that hair and it'll move out of the way. So using the spritz actually holds the hair in place to give a proper lineup. So when you're using your trimmers on facial areas for your beard and your mustaches and all that, you want to use a light touch, because the way that I have these trimmers set, I can apply pressure, but some clients won't end up getting cut and some of them will. So you have to keep that in mind. You just need to have a light touch, and to make sure that you're, making the client comfortable. You don't want to nick anybody. You don't want to be rushing And that's what I mean by taking your time. You actually have to take your time with these trimmers because you can actually nick someone with them. So to make sure that you're keeping your client safe, just have a light touch and to take your time when you're performing services like this. So for the front lineup, you guys see that his hairline is pretty much uneven. I am going to use enhancements, but even though I am using enhancements, I want to give him the best lineup as if I'm not going to be using enhancements. So I see where his weak area is, and I'm going to try to get the other side as symmetrical as the weak area is. So sometimes you're gonna have to give them a pushback, but it's considered a professional pushback. Every client's hairline is not perfect. Like, the barber is gonna have to, work his magic or work a miracle sometimes, and you just have to adjust and take your time to ensure that the client gets what they desire. So even though there is a light spot in that area, since I am going to be using enhancements, it's going to cover that up. But you want to make sure that you're making these lines as symmetrical as possible so that you can get that sharp result. So when applying enhancements, I'm using the Sean Cuts Hair application card, and then I'm using a Tune 45 no drip with an air compressor. And as you guys can see, as I'm placing the enhancements, I'm making sure that I'm giving the client a straight line across, even though he doesn't have hair in certain areas. Since the enhancement is darkening those areas, you can see his hairline a whole lot better. And see, I'm not using too much or too little, and the excess that I have, I'm spraying it all around in those light areas to make his, lighter areas look fuller. See, a lot of people have this misconception about enhancements, but from my experience, enhancements are used to enhance what you already done, not to cover up a mistake that you made. So when using enhancements, you need to gain as much knowledge and wisdom as you can before you use them, and make sure that you're using them properly. Alright, so to further enhance the haircut, I'm going to be using a straight razor. When you use the straight razor, you want to take your hand without the razor and pull on the skin and pull the razor in the opposite direction. When you're using the straight razor, make sure you're taking your time and that you're paying attention to whatever it is that you're cutting, because you can accidentally nick someone and it could turn into a big mess. So make sure before you use the razor that you're comfortable with it and that you take your time. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty much done. This is the cut. So I appreciate you guys for watching, taking your time out of your day to sit and watch through however long this video is. I really appreciate you guys. And here's the final product of the haircut with the Babyliss Pro clipper and trimmer and a little bit of enhancements. I will be doing videos on enhancements soon, and I will do another video on how to properly line somebody up. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you later. All right, so I felt it in my heart to do an early giveaway. So only one winner will get $50 through Cash App if they could tell me how many times I said I appreciate y'all throughout the whole entire video. The entire video. How many times I said I appreciate y'all. Put your Cash App. Put all that in the comment section. And like the video. And I'll choose a winner. And I'll announce it in my next video. So, if you want to come up on $50, that's all you got to do to enter the win. And I appreciate you guys for taking the time out to watch the video and all that. So, like I said, you know the rules. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I appreciate y'all.